Hey, what's up guys, Mitch HD here, and I'm back with another review, this time of the McDonnell Douglas MD-11 experimental in-house colours. This made by JC Wings in a 1 to 200 scale. Check the description in case you missed anything in this video. My Facebook and Twitter links will also be down in the description, and I pre-ordered this from easytoys.com, their link will also be down there. This is my fourth MD-11 model, and it's my first McDonnell Douglas house colours model. Some information about McDonnell Douglas and the MD-11. There's quite a bit here, but it's quite interesting. Their former operations base was out of Barclay, Missouri. Their predecessors were McDonnell Aircraft and Douglas Aircraft Company. They were founded on 28 April 1967 when the merger was finished, and that's when McDonnell Douglas became official. McDonnell Douglas in their time made fighters like the F-15 Eagle, F-18 Hornet, missiles like the Harpoon and Tomahawk missiles, and transport aircraft like the C-17 Globemaster to the MD-80 and 90 series, as well as the MD-11. The MD program was launched in 1986, 10 years after they considered a DC-10 derivative that could transport more passengers, have a larger wingspan with winglets, and new engines. Two manufacturers designed new engines for the MD-11, and they were General Electric, Pratt & Whitney. General Electric released the CF6-80C2 D1F turbofan, capable of 61,500 pounds of force, while Pratt & Whitney released the PW4460 turbofan, capable of 60,000 pounds of force, and the PW4462 turbofan, capable of 62,000 pounds of force. The MD-11 had a maximum takeoff weight of 580,000 pounds or 260,000 kg for all three types of engines. In the end, there ended up only being 200 of the projected 300 MD-11 sold over 6 variants. The MD-11 passenger version, MD-11C Combi, MD-11CF convertible freighter, MD-11ER extended range, MD-11F freighter, and the MD-11 BCF Boeing converted freighter. This aircraft's first flight was on the 10th of January 1990, and it was the first MD-11 ever made. It was delivered on the 27th of June 1991 to FedEx as a freighter, and it was the second delivery ever of the MD-11. The first one also went to FedEx, which was the second one ever made. So it's used as a freighter currently, and is still in their fleet to this day with the registration number N601FE. Sadly though, the last MD-11 passenger flight, which I did a review on, which was the KLM one, was on the 26th of October 2014, and it arrived from Montreal into Amsterdam. But you know, you'll see the freighters live on for a lot longer. They'll be here for quite a few more years to come. Okay, so now let's look on the box. Okay, so we've got MD-11 McDonnell Douglas, picture of the aircraft, 1 to 200 model. I like that picture. It's a real, picture. It's not just a 2D, photo like cartoon, well not cartoon, you know what I mean, animated picture of the model. JC Wings logo. Top of the box. And you see windows. This did originally have windows, but they were taken out, and those areas were strengthened before it became a freighter. And there's the model. Alright guys, so I now have the model out of the box. We're going to start here at the cockpit windows on the port side. Okay, so we have cockpit windows, window wipers, pitot tube static ports, the nose, you can see, the nose cone, it's been painted. And then we have the initial, well, we see the experimental, because this was the experimental aircraft. We have the initial 27 airlines. I'll try and name as many as I wrote down as many as I can, which I can see on here. I did a bit of research and I couldn't actually find who these all of these airlines, who they actually were, but the ones who I could recognize in order: Federal Express, Korean Air, Swiss Air, Alitalia, Finnair, Thai Airways, Aer Lingus, LTU Airways, Delta, China Eastern, and China Cargo, JAL or Japan Airlines, Garuda Indonesia, Varig, Avianca, American Airlines, Lufthansa, and Eva Air. So I think that's 17 of the 27 that I can recognise. I'm not sure what the two doors beneath the logos are, but below that we do have the nose gear. Sorry, let's bring this a bit closer. There we go. Nose gear is a little bent for me, and it's not actually sitting in line with the aircraft either, so just be careful of that, and I'm worried it might break off. We have a cargo door there because, you know, this was later, you know, this aircraft was to become part of FedEx, and then the McDonnell Douglas titles. Got experimental by every door, which is pretty cool. Don't see any landing lights there. And this engine is the General Electric CF6-80C to D1F engine. And you can also tell because there's the GE logo. Oops. Okay, so let's take a look inside the engine. So, pretty detailed. Engine does spin. Got the engine strake on the engine nacelle either side. I'm just gonna see if I can spin the number 2 engine. Well, I think it's number 2 engine. Anyway, the tail engine, you might not be able to see, but it does not spin. That's kind of a surprise. The number 3 engine, and yes, that one spins. I don't expect the tail one to spin because you know, it is quite far in to the intake, so yeah, but still very detailed. At least they've got the fan blades in there, not like the MD-11 one, which I of KLM, which I actually think didn't even have fan blades. MD-11 logo on the winglet. I like the split winglet. And we got the red navigation light. Continuing down, see the registration number N111MD or November 111 Mike Delta. Obviously, you know, N because USA, 1 probably meaning first, and then 11 for 11, and MD, obviously McDonnell Douglas. We have that possibly there, that's possibly the bulk bin door, and number 2 engine there, and MD-11 on the tail. Okay. There's the engine exhaust. You can't see an APU because this didn't have, this had an APU, but not directly at the back of the aircraft because of the number 2 engine. I'm fairly sure it's, whoops, I'm fairly sure it's underneath here, and there is some markings underneath here. So I think that's where the exhaust is, which I'll show you guys later. Okay, now on to the starboard side at the cockpit windows. So we got all the normal details there, as well as all the airline logos again, the nose gear, McDonnell Douglas titles, then the GE engine, the winglet with the green navigation light, and we have a cargo door for the lower level, registration number, experimental, the logo on the tail. I have to say it's very, very detailed. It looks very nice. Now let's move onto the belly of the aircraft, and we'll start at the nose gear, and we've got an antenna right there by the nose gear, which I didn't notice till now, which is pretty cool. Hole for the stand, main gears, gear doors, and then we've got flaps, slats, ailerons, and I think this possibly might be the fuel dump valve. Not quite sure. May just be to help reduce the wing vortices, but it might possibly be the fuel dump valve. Underneath the engine there, nice shiny wings, matches the fuselage. Continuing down, we have a beacon light, antenna, and we have the APU housing. It's also access. No, it won't be. Sorry, I was thinking it might be access to the second engine. It's not. This is where the APU would be, and right here, that's it there. This little exhaust port that you can see, the little semicircle, that is the APU exhaust port. Yeah, it's only just on that side. So that's where the APU is on the MD-11, and horizontal stabilizers. Whole lot of antenna markings on top, anti-collision light, antenna, ADF antennas on the wing, flaps, slats, ailerons and spoilers. Really, really nicely detailed. Might need a tiny bit of a clean, it just looks a little bit dirty to me. Same on this side. Okay, continuing down, come to the number two engine and horizontal stabilizers. No logo lights, but that doesn't matter. Oops, looks like I might have bent the front gear slightly. It's difficult because that front gear is the piece of metal that you can move the gear on, like it. There's one, it's like a metal stick or whatever, and it comes down and attaches to the wheel and allows you to swivel it, so it's not glued. And it's so thin actually that it's bent. It was bent in the box. It just bends quite easily, so quite annoyed about it. But yeah, can't do much about it now. Gears, you can see they roll. This one right here is sort of wanting to come off, which it might do if I roll it too much. I'm not going to roll it anymore. Make sure it isn't coming off. Okay. And as I said, the front gear does swivel, just to prove it. I'm not going to try and do it too much in case I accidentally bend it. There we go. So yeah, it does swivel, but I'd be careful if yours is if yours can bend really easily, I would restrict movement of it. Gears tilt. Well, not that way, but not that I think. The middle gear sits in the middle. It might be, yeah, it's exactly what I thought. The middle gear in the main gear section is sitting down a bit too far, or the magnets are sticking out, so they're you know, it's increasing the length of it, which is not right. So that means the gears on either side are not touching the ground at the same time when it's like this. Yeah, okay. Oh well, doesn't matter. Show you guys the stand before I put it on there. So we've got MD-11 McDonnell Douglas, the logo. Oh, by the way, you see the logo of McDonnell Douglas when it merged with Boeing back in '97. Boeing adopted the McDonnell Douglas logo, and to this day it's been slightly refined. So you got the rocket taking off, as you can see, it's taking off, but it's been slightly refined to look more modern, so that you know, you don't have the like little rocket there, but just the sort of streak behind the rocket. Scale 1 to 200. Nice wooden base, blue film, which I'll just take off now. Protects the metal on the back of the stand. Reveals a nice shiny metal back. Padding on top of the stand to protect the model so it doesn't scratch underneath. And you know, it's good that this model is chrome, or got a chrome finish to it, polished finish. You might actually scratch it. Yeah, so put this on the stand now. And just one thing, the middle wheel, it's been pushed. See if I lift it up and then rest it on the stand again, it slightly goes back a bit. That might bend it or break it, so just be careful of that. It's, you know, been a problem on all MD-11 models made by Gemini or JC Wings, so just be careful of that. What I suggest, oops, now I can't get off the stand. Alright, there we go. What I suggest is, if you're going to have it on the stand, you know, put it in the in-flight position. That means, because it's got magnetic gears, you can just take them off really easily, and put the gear doors on, or at least just leave the middle gear off. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave that middle gear off for now, to finish off this review, because I do not want it bending or breaking. But if you do want it in the in-flight position, as I said, there are gear doors. So yes. Okay. Let's get this off the tripod. There we go. Okay, so overall this is a really nice model, apart from that little downside with the wheel hitting or being pressed against the stand. There's also logo lights here, which I didn't show you guys. So it stopped moving. Well, it doesn't matter, but there you go, you see the landing lights there. Okay guys, so it's an awesome model, as I said. If you like this review, please leave a like, comment, tell me what you think of the model, tell me if you're going to get it. Highly recommend it, awesome model. Yeah, so it's just overall, it's a really nice model, considering it's in the house colours of McDonnell Douglas. Please subscribe for more. I have Etihad A330-200 up next, and then the Hong Kong Trader 747-8 of Cathay, and I've got some more on the way. You know, Gemini November releases are coming soon, and Singapore A340-500. You don't want to miss those. Also go check out my previous two reviews. But anyway guys, I do really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.